Firefighters are working to bring a fire at the Cathedral of Notre Dame in Paris under control. This is a live look as the sun has set in Paris, but you can still see the embers glowing at this hour. CBS 2's Scott Logan has been following developments. He's live here in the studio with the very latest information.
The iconic spire has already fallen while some 400 firefighters battle the blaze, which French officials say has caused colossal damage to the 900-year-old cathedral. After a preliminary investigation, French prosecutors say it appears the fire started accidentally. The Paris Fire Department says the blaze started around 7 p.m. local time. The fire may potentially involve major renovation work at the site. No deaths have been reported, according to the Associated Press. However, there are reports a firefighter has been seriously injured. The deputy mayor of Paris says emergency services are trying to salvage the sculptures, paintings, and other priceless works of art stored inside. The cathedral is located in central Paris, in the middle of the River Seine, on the tiny island called Île de la Cité. French authorities say air tankers have not been used and are not being used to put the fire out because the weight could lead to the collapse of the entire structure. Live in the studio, Scott Logan, CBS 2 News.
Thank you, Scott. And as you can imagine, there is a lot of reaction from this fire at Notre Dame Cathedral on social media. CBS 2's Abigail Taylor is in our satellite center. She has some of those comments.
Natalie, let's turn now to our Banjo app to see what some of the people are saying there locally on social media. First, these videos and photos capture just how tragic and massive this fire truly was. People posting things like smoke from Notre Dame is blocking out the sun. Others saying it's tragically mesmerizing. Notre Dame very much on fire and smoke billowing from Notre Dame Cathedral. Some posting they're scared and could see the roof about to collapse. The day came to a still in Paris as fire crews tried to save as much as they can, and the rest of the city watch in horror. Now, I'll be continuing to follow what locals are posting on social media, reaction that is just raw and truly gut-wrenching, and as fire crews continue to put out this fire. Live in the Satellite Center, Abigail Taylor, CBS 2 News.
This is a photo of the moment the cathedral spire collapsed. The cathedral is a big part of history for France and the Catholic Church. Original construction of the cathedral began back in 1163. It took roughly 300 years to complete. Many architects say it's one of the world's most important examples of Gothic-style architecture. Notre Dame was one of the first buildings to erect those flying buttresses due to the weight of its walls. Well, emergency services, again, as Scott mentioned, have been trying to salvage the art and other priceless pieces stored in the cathedral. A cathedral spokesman says the entire wooden interior of the Notre Dame Cathedral is burning and likely to be destroyed. Now, just days ago, 16 religious statues were removed from the peak for the first time in more than a century for cleaning. Authorities are investigating again if the renovation work on the cathedral's fire was a factor in starting the spread of the flames. We called the local diocese right here in Boise for reaction to tonight's events unfolding in Paris. The diocese invited us to share this statement from the president of the U.S. Conference of Catholic Bishops. Let's take a look. Cardinal Daniel DiNardo says, in part, "We are a people of hope and of resurrection. And as devastating as this fire is, I know that the faith and love embodied by this magnificent cathedral will grow stronger in the heart of all Christians." Well, France's president is calling the loss unprecedented, and leaders worldwide are offering their thoughts, including our own president, President Trump. He began an event in Minnesota by first describing Notre Dame's burning as a terrible sight to behold.
It's one of the great treasures of the world, the greatest artists in the world. Probably, if you think about it, I would say, Jovita, it might be greater than almost any museum in the world, and it's burning very badly.
A catastrophic fire threatening one of the greatest architectural treasures of the world. Stay with us as we uncover more information about the efforts of firefighters to save Notre Dame. And as investigators are searching for the fire's cause, we'll have much more throughout this entire newscast.